last 35 minutes, you played really good basketball. You would have been happy with what you saw.
I'm just happy we won. We needed to win. It's a tough place to win, tough team to play against. Thought the guys gave one of their better efforts of the last couple weeks, especially in the last 35 minutes, like you said. A few little mental errors here and there, but overall I thought we competed pretty well. And if we can get that 35-40, then maybe we're back in business.
He had a lot of guys step up as well. Obviously, Bryce had a big game. Rick came on and didn't look like he was feeling his ankle, but also Hodgie probably played his best game. Luke Travers played a good game. Kevin White had a big impact. A lot of guys stepped up.
No question. It's nice to have, a couple guys who people consider one of the top players in the league. That helps, obviously, but that's not enough to get it done in this league. You have to have a deep team, a number of guys contributing, and on any given night, someone else has got to step up. So it's good to see LT bounce back from a rough game. Good to see Haji put 2 good games together. Thought Majuk played well off the bench. Kevin White stepped up in Mitch Norton's absence. I could keep going on. So it was a good team win to finish off this 2-month odyssey.
I was going to ask about that. How excited are you? How are you feeling knowing that you get to go home now after this week?
Yeah, I'm obviously excited. I just don't want to get emotional, so I was excited to see my kids and see my wife. And I've been in Tasmania for 9 weeks. I've been in Perth for 4. So I'm excited to get home, and it's even sweeter to get a win to send off with.
What about you, Bryce? You're in a similar situation. How excited are you to get home?
Yeah, same exact thing. But, at the end of the day, it's always hiccups throughout the season with COVID. So I think we did pretty well, handling our obstacles. But, yeah, it's good to know that there's light at the end of the tunnel now.
What are you most excited about doing once you get home and once you're allowed out come Thursday?
It doesn't even matter about being out. I know we got to do the one-day isolation, but I'll just be excited to be in the city, and that's enough for me. Obviously, I get to see my family.
Thanks, guys. I'll let someone else have a go.
Yeah, Scott, can you talk us through Galore? There was obviously a game-time decision. How much battle was he under with his leg tonight, given the way he still managed to perform?
Well, after the last game, the way he was dragging his leg around, I thought I had Willis Reed out there. I didn't know till after the game it was his ankle. But we weren't sure if he could go. I didn't put him in the starting lineup because when I had to put the starting lineup in, we still didn't know. So I give him respect for sucking it up and playing a tough game. I think he had a double-double, and without him, we probably wouldn't have won the game. So I'm glad that he was able to tough it out.
So was there a minutes restriction for him tonight, or were you just asking him how he was going throughout the game and how he was feeling?
Neither. Josh told me he could play. I walked away. I never seen Josh again until after the game, so I couldn't tell you.
And obviously you had injuries galore. Did Matt Hodgson ping a calf towards the end of the game at all?
Yeah, I believe so. He got through most of the game, but when I took him out at the end, I got a tap on my shoulder saying he was done for the game. So hopefully it's nothing serious because, like we said earlier, he's had a couple good games in a row, and we definitely need him out there.
He can't break, can he? Like everything he does comes with some sort of setback a couple of games later, no matter what he tries.
We're not catching a lot of breaks this season, despite what some of our opponents tend to say in the media after the games. But it feels like, I'm sure everyone feels the same way. Everyone feels like they can't catch a break, and you got to appreciate what you have and just dwell on the positives and move on to the next thing.
And Bryce, from an energy perspective, what will going home do now for that? It's been hard, clearly, on the road. There's been games where you've had the energy, there's been games where you've lacked it. Do you think the consistency of energy will return now that you can just have that family feeling again for a couple of days?
Nah, I don't think that would be a legit excuse anyway. You have to bring energy regardless. But fortunately, we had a good win. We're heading back to Perth, but I don't think that really matters. We got to bring the energy regardless.
Jackson?
Scott, Wildcats out-rebounded Tassie tonight 48-30. Considering the recent struggles with rebounding, has there been a shift in the team's mentality when it comes to it?
Well, I'm happy that we have shifted our mentality. We put more of a priority on it. I think that's 3 games in a row where we've at least been around even with the opponent, if not with a little bit of an edge. So that's a big change from how it was in the first 12 games. I just challenged the team to not let that slip because our next opponent is, a team that's beat us up on the glass twice in Adelaide and has probably the best offensive rebounder in the league in Bairstow. So we're going to get tested next week to see if we have fixed the problem or not.
So what does your next week look like in terms of travel? And you're going to Adelaide on Sunday. Will you be allowed to train while in quarantine?
Yeah, as far as, unless they change the rules again, I saw some new rules today, but I don't think it affects our plans. We fly home tomorrow, we quarantine for a day, then we have 2 days of training, and then we fly back out to Adelaide, hopefully with a bit of a refresher, but no easier of a task.
And just one final one from me. Is Mitch Norton available to play against Adelaide on Sunday?
I think he had to get pulled off the court and warm up twice just because he was itching to help out and do whatever he can. I'm sure he'll be okay for next week. I don't know for certain, but I'm guessing he'll be okay.
Adrian, go.
Yeah, hi Scott. Well done. It seems like Michael Frazier just couldn't kind of get into the game tonight. Is there any particular reason why?
He didn't have his best game. I thought he had a positive step in our last game. I thought he gave us some good minutes. He gave us some good things defensively tonight, but didn't show up in the score sheet. Everyone's going to point to a couple of bad turnovers that he had, but I think he's improving, and he's under a lot of pressure. Every time I get a microphone in front of me, someone's asking me about Mike, and are we replacing him, and are we making any moves? And I know that's just everyone's job to ask me that, but it's got to be tough on a young guy playing in a different country to hear about that. He has our full support. We believe in him, and he's going to help us try and get a win next week.